All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. So, a slew of concerts are being canceled. I predicted this like back in June, maybe May. I don't know. I was talking about this based on the rhetoric. Even then, everybody was just expecting this to blow up again, and it has blown up again. And no matter what you do, you try very hard to make the CDC, Dr. Fauci, and the president, you try to make them happy. It doesn't work. Here are some of the events being canceled. You've got the New Orleans Jazz Festival and Heritage Festival canceled. By the way, you had some pretty big names there that were not jazz oriented, like the Rolling Stones. You had Dead and Company. Stevie Nicks was supposed to be there. Foo Fighters, Black Crowes, the Beach Boys, and Elvis Costello. Nope. That was slated for October 8th through the 17th. And they've seen the future, and the future isn't so bright. So that's been canceled. What else? There are a few more. Leonard Skinner, because you had Ricky Metlock testing plus for the 19, and Ricky is home resting and responding well to treatment. Interesting that Ricky is responding well to treatment. I wonder what those treatments are. Interesting. Tesla is postponing their tour, at least for the next few engagements. They're supposed to be at Sturgis, which starts today, and you're going to hear the worst things in the world about Sturgis. They had cameras on the ground in Sturgis, even before anybody arrives, even before the brigade of bikers. Really, you're going to get in the way of bikers going to Sturgis. See, again, like I said, making people comply with something to this degree. And by the way, the same thing happened last year at Sturgis. So this is very strange to be revisiting this moment from last year. But if you look at the lineup of Sturgis, a lot of bands. But Tesla won't be one of them. REO Speedwagon, of course, I've documented that. And REO Speedwagon and Kevin Cronin, they really inspired me to kind of really dig into critical thinking a little bit. So Kevin Cronin is in quarantine right now with symptoms. Okay, he said they're uncomfortable but manageable. Maybe he was trying to imply not life-threatening, but he's uncomfortable and he's in quarantine, and the band canceled gigs. All right, reduced yet uncomfortable. That's what he said. So he should be saying, by the way, reduced and totally manageable. I don't know who's writing his stuff, but he might want to change that. My question on the critical thinking side of things is, why would I do this if I'm still going to end up? Because a lot of people get this and they do nothing and they survive it and they go on with their life, right? A lot of people do. I'm not saying it's the best thing for you. I'm not implying anything. I'm just kind of wondering the logic. Okay, you're telling us you're in quarantine. By the way, he's got some Dinty Moore stew, which is great stuff. And it might be the way he beats this, but, reduced. He's trying to be a billboard for what the government keeps telling everybody. It'll be this. And then, we had to move the goalposts. So it won't be that, but it will be this. So it's still better. So you got to do your thing. Look, the videos and the stuff I've seen on my local news channel the last 24 hours, they've been absolutely like, I would want to lock myself in the house. I would want to do a Dennis DeYoung lyric at this point. These aren't the best of times. You know what I'm saying? So who else is canceling? Randy Bachman and Burton Cummings. Wow. Imagine seeing those two guys again. Fantastic to see two guys who should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and both of those bands, whether it's the Guess Who or Bachman Turner Overdrive, those bands should be in the United States Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They are not. James Taylor and Bonnie Raitt, canceled, of course. I think Jackson Browne, too, was supposed to be out there with them or opening or maybe on his own. Not sure, but he has canceled. The Hella Mega Tour with Green Day, Weezer, and Fall Out Boy, that's toast. Limp Bizkit won't be out on the road. Counting Crows won't be out there. So you get the point. There are a number of tours that are canceling. It's going to go exponential because you're going to be shamed. That's why the Sturgis thing, because the Sturgis folks in South Dakota in general, they've been very vigilant in their we're open approach to life. So I don't think they're going to change now. Why would they? Because they would be admitting that, you know, everybody else is right and they're wrong. Which, look, if there was a true public safety hazard and it was measurable and you could quantify closing everything and destroying businesses, and see, this is the thing that I don't get. Who's going to suffer from this the most? Well, not the headlining performers. It's going to be the roadies. It's going to be the vendors. It's going to be the cottage industry that pops up for a few days around a concert. And what's the solution to that? Just print money and give it to them? I just, and it seems that's where we're headed. It seems this is all kind of like a controlled demolition. It feels like a controlled demolition, whether it's the concert industry, whether it's sporting events where you look out and there's nobody in the stands. It's creepy. It's creepy. I would just cancel the sports. Don't even do them, because then everybody's going to test positive and then you can't do them anyway, right? So you have nobody going and then you have nobody playing. Just cancel it. I just don't understand why you even stage it. Why? So people can watch at home on television, right? Well, Dave, you got to give them something, you got to give them a little piece of something to look forward to. I guess, I don't know. It all just seems very just going through the motions, very esoteric, and I have no interest. I mean, I'm losing interest in music, and I'm supposed to be this real music observer guy. I'm starting to lose interest in music. I mean, yeah, I'll listen to music every day, but I don't really care who's on tour. I mean, doesn't matter to me. I mean, yeah, if someday I might want to go to a concert again, but based on my own belief system, I'm probably never going to be able to go to a concert again. Anyway, I don't want to just talk about this issue. I mean, I'm sure there'll be other stuff like the Doobie Brothers. All right. I don't know if they've canceled dates yet, but they've got some great new music out there. I think 4 or 5 songs. They put out an EP, really good stuff. And I'll eventually maybe do a video about it. But yeah, that's my video on this topic. It's sad, but it just feels like the walls are just closing in. And you're just going to have to do what they tell you to do, whether it works or whether it doesn't work. And that, to me, is the definition of insanity.